And got it. Please click on the blue button to accept the streaming on YouTube. Please, please, please. And then we can start now. So I will start introducing myself. Okay. I am Elida. I am 22 years old. I live in a small city in Ceará called Limoeiro do Norte, but I was born in Fortaleza. And I don't have kids. I have one dog. Is the love of my life. I study pharmacy at college, and nowadays I am working at a hospital. I have been here on Talk and Talk as a talker since the beginning of the pandemic. I discovered Sinti during the pandemic because I had so much free time and I was like desesperating, like I need to do something to because my mind was freaking out about the pandemic. So I found this and it was a great opportunity to improve my speaking skills. And as a hostess, I have been here since March of this year. So it's not so much time, but that's it. My favorite hobby is playing volleyball. I love, if I could play every day, I would play every day because I love it so much. And I love reading too. I love walk with my dog, run and ride bike, or just activities with the nature. I love it. And that's it, I think. Can you introduce yourself now, Patricia?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Patricia. I live in a small city in São Paulo, nearby Pirassununga. In my free time, I like to stay with my family, spend time with my dog too. I have 3. One lives with my mom. Also, I like running, reading, and listen to music. That's all.
Great, thank you. Oh my God, I don't know if I had 3 dogs, what would I do? Because one takes so much time. I have to walk with him every day, in the morning, in the afternoon. So
yes.
imagine it with 3. But
it's so difficult, but I like a lot.
I can imagine it. And about you, Jairo?
I'm living here in São Paulo. I'm living with 2 cats, 1 dog. I'm here at Talk and Talk to learn Spanish and keep my ability to express myself in English.
Wow. Oh my God. It's strange learning a second language, right? I started to study Spanish and my brain just froze, I mixed the words in Portuguese, English, Spanish, and so anyway, I gave up. But I think I will start again studying French.
Yeah. I think the challenge here in Spanish is exactly this similar thing related to Portuguese. Sometimes it happens a lot. Like you think that the word is Spanish, but it's in Portuguese, and differentiates those two. As we said about boundaries, create a boundary between Portuguese and Spanish sometimes is a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Yes. And about you, Eduardo, can you introduce yourself now?
Can you listen? You have problems with this? Okay. So my name is Eduardo. I live in Rio de Janeiro, and I am a student at a university student, UFRJ. I don't know. Well, that's me, and I like to. I don't know. I kind of lost myself in my thoughts. Yeah, I guess I would say that.
Okay, that's no problem. And about you, Aline?
Hi guys, I'm Aline. I'm from São Paulo. I live in São Paulo, in fact. I work as a product designer and I don't have pets. I'm a lazy person, so I don't know if it's my thing, but I have plants. So it's my thing. I like more plants. It's more easy to look for, to take care. I have a lot of hobbies. I love try different things. So this year I'm learning to surfing. So I dedicate some time for this, and not now in the winter because of course it's cold. So I prefer not, but it's my hobby in the moment. But I like to play guitar, ukulele. I like to listen to music, listen to podcasts. I know, I like to read books. I like a lot of things, in fact.
Amazing. Oh my God, surfing is really nice, but I don't have courage. I love beach, I love the ocean, I love sea, but I don't have courage. And I am a lazy person too, and adopting a dog helps me a lot to exercise myself because my dog needs to go to walk every day because he doesn't pee and make poop inside the house, just in the walk, So it's my obligation going to him every day in the morning, in the afternoon. So he obligates me to exercise myself. Today we run 1.4 kilometers. Yeah. And when we arrived home, I don't know who was most tired, like dying, me or him. So adopting he helps me a lot with this kind of lazy and the exercising. I suggest you.
Good point.
Yeah. And about you, Isabelle?
Good evening, guys. My name is Isabelle. I live in Palmas, Tocantins with my parents. I have no pets. I am 16 years old. I am in the second grade of high school. I like play volleyball, read a book, and go out with my friends. And that's it.
Nice to meet you. Oh my God, finally a person near to me, because I feel so separated, Almost everyone is from São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. And anyway, so guys, let's start with the questions, right? Question number 1. For you, what does it mean to set your limits? And how can you deal with that in your life, professional or personal relationships? You can adapt for your reality. Okay, the answer. So can we start, Isabelle? Oops. I think, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Okay, let's see if she's going to back. Can you start, Aline? Answer the question number 1.
Sure. It's a difficult one. In fact, this topic is too difficult because I think it's difficult for everyone set limits or establish boundaries in your relationships because I don't know. I think our needs from love, maybe it's a point. It's how can I say that? But it's difficult to establish limit in this way. But how the video said, I think it's important to learn to say no. And I think you say no easily if you have your self-esteem preserved. So if you have a good self-esteem, probably you say no easily. So I think it's the how I do. Nowadays I have more facility. I say no easily. So if I don't want to do something or to go in a party, I just say no. I don't want to. It's not my thing. I don't need to say sorry about that, because I just don't want, and it's okay.
Yes, I completely understand you, because I'm the same. Isabelle, what happened?
My internet's not so good, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Can you answer the question number? Oh my God, I think you asked the questions right. Because
Yes.
I will send you again on the chat. Can you
Okay.
answer the number two, please?
Oh, I think they would be
Oh, I was talking with the mic off. Sorry. Let's continue. Can you answer now, Patricia? Number two.
Sure. For me, set my limits means create some strategies to live in balance with my family, my friends, at work, and with my personal life.
Yes. Can you share some strategies that you use for that?
Strategies like do my things, my routine, explain to people who live with me or not what I like to do or why I don't like to do, and like the girl, I don't remember the name, the girl said say no when I need to say no. It is some strategies I like in my life, I use in my life.
Very good. And about you, Eduardo?
Well, I mean, that's actually pretty important for me because I do have some problems setting limits on all aspects of my life. And yeah, I see the necessity of like I know the need for the setting limits, but just like when I need to, I'm not too inspired today, I guess. When the actually see the situation gets when the situation happens, I actually have the problem of actually saying that I don't want that, I don't want that, I want this to be this way, and like things practically always. So it does it is really important for me, and yeah, putting limits on on people and people relationships and all aspects of life is pretty important.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. And you, Jairo?
I like what Patricia said, and I totally agree. I think the one way to express this idea of set your own limits, it's exactly the strategy that you apply to your own, the strategy that you apply for your own life, thinking about the balance between personal life, work, like health, take care a little bit of your own body and these kind of things. So when you have these kind of limits, for you to try to balance everything, I think you are setting your own limits. You are setting boundaries to keep it working very well, like the whole pieces of our lives.
Yes, you said exactly what I would say, that I agree, totally agree with Patricia said, because for me, set my limits means exactly this. Make clear to the other people who lives with you or not, your partners in job, your colleagues at work, your partner and your friends. Make clear what you handle, what you can deal with, because you are different people, different person. And for me, for example, I can deal with some jokes. So, okay, but for another people, it's like, it's not so cool, because the people, no, I don't know, maybe has a trauma or something like that. And when you put these boundaries, for put this, it's necessary to have self-knowledge, because how can I know my limits? How can I set this if I don't know me? So for me, a strategy that I use for that is always searching for self-knowledge. Ask myself, ask about all the time about my patterns, my thoughts, because I realize that a lot of things that I do and then I think it's not it's because I got from my parents, a lot of ideas, especially ideas like the values. My parents teach me, and now I have to ask myself, oh my god, I am doing this because I like to do that, because I want to do that, or just because my parents used to do that and I am just repeating the pattern. So I think it's so important to have this to set your limits. And that's it, my answer. I think we can go to the everyone answered. We can go to the question number 3. I think we already answered this in the first one, but I think we can join. You can make the same question 3 and 4, right? Because I think the answer is like the same, almost the same. So we can answer the 3 and the 4. Okay, I will read the 2 of them. Why is it important to establish personal boundaries and limits? And how can do this improve your overall well-being and your mental health? Can we start now, Eduardo?
Okay. Why is it important to establish personal boundaries and limits? Well, I guess the question number 4 kind of asks that, kind of answers that, for your personal well-being and mental health, because I guess sometimes when you have problems with people that don't know when problems with other people, relationship problems, is like I guess you didn't show what you had. How can I say that? What are you? I don't know how to say it. What? Oh my God. Yeah.
You can say in Portuguese if you want.
No, I just kind of not too much. Oh my God. I don't know. Can I think a little more about it than I? So
Yes,
sorry.
of course.
Okay.
Take your time. And about you, Jairo, can you answer now?
Yeah. I think first it's important establish personal boundaries and limits, because I think you said about it, because if you don't set it, someone will set it to themselves, and you will help them to achieve their own limits. Like if I wouldn't like to work more than 8 hours a day, and maybe someone to achieve it will give me more job than I should do. And if I say yes for everything, I will work like 12 hours or more, while someone who is working something like 6 hours a day. But just because I am available to work all those hours daily, so it's important to establish limit to understand how much work, for example, thinking about work, how much work the team needs to deliver, and how many people do we have to achieve the the goal of the team. So it's important. Once everyone has their own limits, we'll see clearly what kind of things do we need to do to achieve each goal, you know? So I think it's very important. Related to the question number 4, how can setting limits? I think it depends of the context. Like for someone, for example, for me, set limits is related not to say just no or yes, but find time in my agenda. So once I understand that I need to work out, for example, it's not just say yes or no, but sometimes I need to convince myself that I need to do that. I have the time. Everything is ready. I just need to go. And since I still don't go, even like everything is ready, is done. But I need to convince myself to do something, and so it's like set boundaries. It means that I need to set my priorities, my goals, and do it, and do the thing that I'm thinking to do. I think that's it.
Yes, you said a really important thing, a point, because sometimes, almost the time when we talk about set limits, we think about the others, set our limits for the others. But it's about to set our limits to ourselves, as you said. Oh my God, I totally understand, because I used to do that a lot, and I still do sometimes. I have the time, I have everything ready for study more, for making exercise, or goals that I want to do, like learn how to play guitar, for example. And I have everything. I have a guitar. I have time. I have everything, but I don't do that just because I keep procrastinating, And oh my God, it's I don't think about it when I was preparing this topic, but thank you for bringing this for the discussion. And about you, Aline.
Well, I think it's important set limits because I think you may have a good mental health if you have in balance things like things you want to do and things you need to do. So if you can balance this, probably you respect yourself in your limits, in your needs, and probably you could be more happy, and probably you will have more energy to do your things. So I think it's important because we have limited time, limited energy to do things. And if you just do with the other things the other people want you do, probably you will do less things you want to do, or you won't respect your needs.
Yes, it's really true. True, I agree. And you, Patricia?
Elida, I cut my video because I'm having a delay and I have problem with my internet. Sorry.
That's no problem. Don't worry.
About question number 3, it's important to establish personal boundaries and limits because people can realize what are my real interests, values, and goals, who I am. And about number 4, when we have the ability to set priorities in our life, I believe we can filter the order of importance of what to do. So we prioritize what is actually the most important. I think it's that.
Wow, amazing answer. I love it. And in my case, I think it's, as I said before, it's important to establish our limits for others and for ourselves. And I think like when we know our limits and boundaries, we can decide where we should stay, you know, in a work, at a job, in a relationship, you know, because, for example, in my relationship, a limit and a boundary that I have is about confidence and, you know, cheating. So cheating, I don't know, it's correct, traição. And for me, it's like we don't have anything to discuss about it. If you don't have confidence, or if something about cheating happens, it's my limit. I don't accept that, and I should not stay in this relationship, you know, something like that. And at the job, like Jairo said, if I prioritize having time with my family, with my friends, and appears an opportunity of job to take so many hours of my day, if I know, if I am these limits and these priorities clear in my head, I can decide, I can make right decisions, you know, about accept or not these situations. So, and talking about mental health, we don't have to give up. For example, you can decide to break up a relationship, we can decide to leave a job, you know, to give up. But with our families, it's so complicated because our family is forever, right? And especially with family, I think it's necessary to set these limits because, for example, my mom, I am only child, I don't have brothers and sisters, and my mom is the kind of super protective mom, you know. So I am 22 years old, and nowadays she wants to choose my clothes. she wants to choose the place that I go. If I said, Mom, I am going to a party, or I'm going to sleep in another house, oh my God, she gets crazy. Oh my God, you have to ask to me. And no, I don't, because that's not make sense. And this kind of choosing your personality for you, sometimes she wants to obligate me to go to the church with her. So I always say to her, Mom, I am a person different from you. I am your daughter, okay, but I am not the same person. I am not we don't have the same ideas, the same values, the same, anyway. And it's so important to set this and to make this clear, because if you don't have this, you spend all your life fighting and have discussions and have a strange relationship with your family. So for me, it's a challenge nowadays, because my mom is a super hard person to deal with. But anyway, I'm trying to say to her to make clear my limits anyway, and to improve my mental health with all the situation. But that's really hard. That's
Yes, with respect, you have to conquer your space in your house. Yeah, I know.
And sometimes she does these things because she wants to protect me.
Yes.
But doing these things, she's afastando, sabe?
Yeah. It's a kind of love. I think we perceive when we é um tipo de amor, eu não sei falar, mas é um tipo de amor que a gente só vai provar quando a gente for mãe. É isso.
You always say that, oh, it's love. Stop. Love is different, we can love someone without control this person. It's totally different. I always say that to her, but anyway, I am trying. Eduardo, do you want to answer now? If you don't want to, there is no problem.
Yes, I want to. Jairo actually said something really important. Limits is not about just the others, it's about yourself. And limits can be part of understanding yourself, what you want to do with your life, and I guess disposed to do in a certain way. And a lot of people like this I guess this started being understood like 20 years ago. Generations before us, I guess, had problems understanding themselves because of a more authoritarian, you could say, authoritarian culture and society, considering to tradition, related to traditions, and they didn't like the person just thinking about yourself, and related to the mind and about that. And yes, I guess limits is not just about yourself, just about the others, but yourself, and understanding them can shape your personality. And well, you understand yourself, you are more prepared in some way to not prepare the word, and I'm not that creative today, sorry. And yeah, help with your well-being and mental state, because it's related with understanding yourself. Okay, how can setting limits improve your overall well-being, mental health? Yeah, I guess kind of, I don't mean to be rude, but obvious, because I guess, like I said, limits, is actually part of understanding yourself. And I guess understanding yourself is something good, so equals mental health and well-being.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Eduardo. Aline, you open your camera. I remember you now. Because just for the name, I don't remember. I am terrible with names. But you were in my last meeting.
I think last week, I don't know, but yes, I participated in a class with you.
That's so nice. So guys, let's go to the question number 5. What are some common challenges people face when trying to set their limits? Can you start, Jairo?
I think the first thing we need to deal with like the bad faces, you know. For example, when you say no, people usually say, their face express the idea they don't agree with you. They expect something different from you, and most of the time I feel that we are not prepared. Well, in some ways we say no, but we don't know how to deal with the reactions when you say no. We say no, you know, like I can say no, but when I say no, people, you know, like they start to make some faces that I don't like it, and my mind start to reminds me that such face, and I start to feel uncomfortable with. I think she or he didn't like it because I said no. I don't know what kind of repercussions can bring with this word no, you know. So deal with the repercussions when we say no is very important. I think that's the first common challenge that we face when we say no, or when we set boundaries. What else? Well, that's one thing. I think another one is keep our boundaries. So once you set it, you can set it for everyone. I think when you say, I don't like to, as you said, be cheated, I think. But you got it, right? So if you say that I'm not open to allow it in my relationship, and then you like a few months later, you start to, for you, I think I will accept it. You know, like once you set a boundary, you must keep it. So I think this is important, because when you say, when you send a message to someone, like there is more people saying these boundaries. So if you say for one person, there is more person around the situation that will see that you are setting a boundary for everyone, not just for one person specifically, but for everyone. So keep the boundary very clear for everyone. It's very important. And I think some people tends to set boundary for some people, and other ones the boundary is different. And I don't think it's bad. In some situations okay, but it's difficult to handle, to explain to everyone that the boundaries is different. So for me, I think the boundaries should be the same, especially when we think about work or something, you know, like with a lot of people around you.
Yes, I totally agree with you, because when you open exceptions, when you see you lost, you let the people, you know, cross the line, your limit. And the first thing that you said about feeling uncomfortable, it's a lot of times we feel guilty, you know, because our society is not used to deal with this kind of people who say no and set their limits. And our parents, my parents raised me with this kind of thought. you have to agradar all the time. So if people like you because you are useful, you know. Sometimes I think like this, and when you break this pattern, when you put yourself in the first place, when you prioritize your mental health and say, no, I will not do this because I don't want to, and people think like, oh my god, what's going on, so rude, so, you know, arrogant, and we feel guilty because, for me example, it's really hard to set my limits because of that, because when I say no, I always feel, oh my god, I you know, I feel these people will not, this person will think that I'm rude and this kind of thing, so it's really uncomfortable. And because this line of thought that we have to make all the people want, and if you don't do at work, for example, if you don't do what your boss wants, you probably will be fired, you know. Of course, it's not that's not the reality of our companies, but in some companies that is what happens. If you don't want everything that your boss wants to do, you lost your job. And people, you know, are used to do this, and they forgot about their limits, not because they want, but because they need sometimes. And it's really hard. Oh my god.
You
And
reminds me at Olympic Games, we had an athlete, I forgot her name, but he was like from United States, and she was like the most popular one, and she just give up. Like she said, I'm feel very pressured. I don't need to do that, and she just give up to play the Olympics games, like the most important game in her category. So that's one example of set boundaries. Like it was very important to her, but she felt very pressed, like a lot of stressed, and she decided to leave the game. And she was very aware of how big could be the impact of to her career this decision, but she did it. She decided to leave the competition, and that's a strong way to set boundaries. If you feel like a lot of pressure and you're not open to deal with this kind of pressure, I think she said she did right. But you know, like this is one way to set boundaries. Just leave the place.
yes, I remember that she was the favorite of the to win the game, you know, and because of anxiety, she decided not to go to the competition. And I remember this case, and I thought, oh my god, it's really important to talk about it. And this brought a important discussion to the society. I remember that. Can you answer now, Aline?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think the more common challenges people face is, as you said, maybe felt guilty, or I don't know. I think we have some, how can I say that, some belief you always need to please to be loved for the others. So probably that kind of things influence the way we decide to say yes all the time for all things. But I don't know, sometimes we won't respect it in your decisions, like or you need to struggle with the situation, like that Olympic player after decide don't participated in the competition. After that, she needs to explain herself all the time in many interviews, or like you explain yourself with your mom. Oh no, I don't want this. I know, because my father is the same. I live by myself since I don't know, for 10 years or more. And after now, my father sometimes, oh, come back to home, you have a home. But no, you have a house, I have my house, it's a different house. And okay, I'm okay here, I live in my way. So sometimes we need to struggle all the time to do the things you want to do. So I think it's difficult. So sometimes I think that some beliefs, some childhood traumas influenced in that topic and don't be respected. I think it's probably the more challenge in that topic.
Yes, I understand you. And about you, Patricia?
I agree with you all, and the ability to say no, it's so hard to learn, because most of the time when we prioritize our limits, it's more common we being more alone, we stay solitary. People maybe think I am selfish. I think it's to explain why you want to do something. It's so hard. And I believe we want to explain it. Say no and just it. We don't have to explain. I think we don't have to explain why we don't want to do something. Is it?
Yes, and a lot of people are used to find an excuse to, you don't want to go because you don't want, just don't want. And oh my God, I'm feeling a headache, I'm tired, I'm sick. And I used to do this a lot. No, I don't, I cannot go because I have some works of college to do. No, I just don't want to go, and that's it.
Yeah, we have to find some excuses.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
yes,
It's hard.
really, really hard. And about you, Eduardo?
Okay, this is number 5, right? I was just listening you guys and didn't. It's the 5th question, right?
Yeah, it is number 5.
Yeah,
Question number
yeah.
5.
Right,
Uh,
about challenges.
I might appear somewhat of I guess a boomer saying that, but I guess the generation starting for the 2000s onward has problems with limits, like not, I'd say more I would say like external limits, because previous generations didn't thought much about it related to that. Like I don't know who said that, but what was I going to say? Oh my God. People before us was, I guess, too much of a people pleaser, and I guess it was Elida. but in our people pleaser didn't thought too much about it. In our generation after the 2000s, well, I don't want that for my life, and just went to the other opposite, the other extreme. And when in people who are, I guess I would say, more mature in life, like actually put limits in their life, not like both extremes, have problems living, I would say, having relationships, because people don't like it. People actually don't like it, and yeah, people don't like it, and you're just gonna have problems with people, just like that. I maybe sounding like a boomer, but I guess it is the truth. Not that I have my problems related to limits, but yeah.
All right. So guys, our time is over. I will put the link of the survey on the chat, right? Please answer, give me feedback, and give me suggestions about topic to bring in the next meetings. It's so important to us. And I would like to say thank you for your presence here. It was a great conversation, love it. And I hope you enjoy. See you on the next Wednesday. Sorry, my brain, yeah, it's not used yet because my meetings used to happen on Mondays, but I changed the schedule, so it's Wednesdays at night. So I hope you see next week. Thank you again. Have a great night, a great week. Bye bye. See you later.